and microphone is now live.
Hi.
For our 19th session of Rise of the Runelords. Once again, thank you. There's Will being a dick.
Yeah, it's my specialty.
So far, we have our rogue alchemist is stuck in traffic, and
How in the world did I get that on my shirt? Look. It's all icky. Sorry.
moving on. Yes, our rogue alchemist is stuck in traffic, but on his way. Lenka is doing school stuff.
Out on hiatus. Let's put it that way. I just dropped my pen. I'm sad.
And before I forget, how many hero points for the two of you?
Oh. I think I'm at 8.
4 billion.
Yeah, 8.
Oh, okay. You haggled me down to 5.
Hey, look, our alchemist rogue is now here.
Yay!
He's going to answer the door. Okay, so you want gold or blood?
Blood. Give me your blood. Gimme.
It's amazing. Every time I knock 4 times, and he still lets me in.
He does not know Doctor Who.
I know you would though.
Wait. I don't recognize that reference. And I've
It's
seen
from-
all of it. Well,
David.
is it the new...
No,
No,
it's
it's the end of David
10th
Tennant.
Doctor. It's 10th Doctor stuff. I know that I'll die when I hear the drums beat 4 times.
And he thinks it's going to be the master, but then it ends up, yeah.
Yep. Gotcha.
Which, by the way, apparently, I forget what channel was that in the break room. One of the national TV channels, the ones you can get without cable, whichever one of the two shows older TV shows, was showing.
I think that's Metro TV, and you can only get that on cable.
No, because we don't have cable at the Kroger break room, and we're able to get it.
Really?
Anyway, they were showing older Doctor Who episodes, specifically an episode from the 3rd Doctor, and the character of the Master was in it.
Because I know that because I watch Metro TV a lot when they have Mystery Science Theater on Saturdays.
And you got 5, you said?
Yes, I did.
And how many for Corbin?
4. I'm really excited. Today I ordered a new dice bag, and I did the pound of dice thing.
Pound of dice?
Pound of dice.
Pound of dice.
Yes.
I never quite heard of
It's
that.
where you buy a pound of randomly assorted dice.
Oh,
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Guaranteed to be over 100 dice. And the one that I got is weighted towards D6, 10, and 12.
nice.
Or D6, 10, and 20.
Nice.
Yes.
So,
That will be fun to sort.
you're lucky you came in because we actually just started, so no amount of role-playing or gaming has actually been done yet. We've only just finished introductions.
Well,
So without further ado, we left off with Iron Bar in the midst of attacking, but suddenly...
In the midst of ecstasy.
But suddenly stopping,
blue balls.
dropping his weapon. Jesus. Look what I'm surrounded with, people. Anyway, dropping his weapon.
What feat did you take?
I can speak to vermin now.
Why are we all whispering when we're all pausing to hear what each one is saying clearly? Did that pick up on the thing?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
So,
You sure
yeah,
a meta magic tree wouldn't be a good idea?
she took Vermin Heart.
Okay.
I mean, with this level, she only now unlocked her 4th level spells.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think meta magic would be that helpful. Yeah.
Well, you could start doing like spell focus and start working towards the spell perfection line.
Yeah, meta magic feats are extremely nice for magic classes, especially in these later levels we're getting into.
Okay.
They also come with a bit of consequential stuff that makes you have to pay attention to your slot usage.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ironbar dropped his weapon, dropped to his knees, and is pretty much saying, "Whoa, time out. I'm done fighting right now. Something's not right here." And also, I forgot to mention that the 9 cultists you all killed each carried 20 gold on them, so you all looted 180 gold
Woo!
to share amongst yourselves.
You know, if you want to sit over here so you can see the screen a bit easier.
Oh yeah, you forgot your laptop.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to transfer control of this character token back.
He never sent me a Facebook message anyway, so I didn't get the information.
Oh, blame in the game master.
Oh,
Yep.
man.
Someone just went down 3 levels.
I could have done that right here because it gives you the link right in the
Yeah.
chat bar. Oh, well.
So right now we're looking at the old mill where Linka is apparently the only.
No, we're up in the office, like
Yeah,
down.
You guys are down and over to the. You guys are down and over to
Oh,
the right.
now I see it. That's.
So yeah.
That in a little bit.
So yeah, we're picking up right where I said, with him dropping his weapon and dropping to his knees, giving up and saying, "I give up! This isn't right! I don't remember being here and all this! What's going on?"
Let's see. So, he drops the weapon.
Yeah,
Is he still holding his holy symbol?
yes.
Alright. Sunder attempt.
Alright.
Does it tell you anything about it?
And you know, if he's complying, you could just say, "Hey, drop your holy symbol."
Yeah. But
He wants to summon.
Corbin's not taking any chances. And it was a major cock block, because that's exactly what I did the enlarged person, and that was the whole plan, was to hop up, get a huge advantage, and then...
It doesn't...
So this. So you're intentionally trying to fuck with the game master.
Yes.
I like it.
It doesn't say anything about his holy symbol, other than it only gives me what his deity is, and I know that his deity's holy symbol,
Please.
at least the picture on the profile page, is that of a one-eyed mask.
Please tell me his holy symbol is a codpiece. Please tell me that.
No.
Aww.
Takes the fun out of the whole scene.
Absolutely not. So I imagine his holy symbol would be like a pendant or something of the one-eyed mask,
Okay. Made out of
made out of gold.
gold?
Yep.
Okay. Well,
That's kind of showy for a shadowy guild of assassins.
yeah.
He's a justice of one of the richest cities in...
I know, but he's also secretly a murderous cultist, so...
He's also an elf, and elves like to be showy.
It's shiny.
I thought dwarves were the ones who like to be showy, because they're the ones who keep on mining for gold.
Do you need to be reminded about Mr. Elkhorn, where in the Hobbit trilogy?
The dwarves are going to make a giant statue of their king out of solid gold. That's not showy?
Make your roll.
Okay, so... Let's see, I'm the only one there. Would you say a 16 hits?
Sure.
Okay, I'm enlarged, so... Does,
Should last more than 4 hours, call an alchemist.
Yeah.
So, 18 damage, minus whatever you want to say for hardness.
Oh, you destroyed it just to be nice.
Okay.
Just to be nice, it goes... And he just... Okay! Whoa!
Theodora goes by and picks up all the shiny pieces.
You could have just asked me to put that down.
Thank you!
Taking no chances.
None of what happened here is by my willing hands. It was that bitch of a woman, Zanesha.
I want to roll a sense motive check.
Alright.
Because while I'm perfectly aware that in terms of metagame, yes, he's under the influence of something, in terms of in the moment, I have no idea. 5 plus 17.
Oh, you think he's telling the truth.
Theodora doesn't roll. Bullshit!
What was your roll?
10.
You both think he's telling the truth. Like, oh, I think he's good here.
You know, we're going to have to take you back to the cathedral for interrogation.
Wait. Perhaps we can work out some kind of deal here. I was under a charm spell by that witch of a woman.
And if we take you back to the cathedral, we can verify that.
You honestly think that letting it known to the public...
We don't have to let a damn thing known to the public.
You could have just been drunk in public.
Theodora's a blonde white man.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, Ron White the dwarf. He travels all over the place.
I was drunk in the sawmill. They threw me in the public.
Oh,
Yes.
listen. I'm not going anywhere just yet. Hear me out. None of this was my own doing. We were all under her control. You have to believe me.
Under whose control?
I just told you, Zanesha.
Where's the proof?
I just immediately stopped fighting you, did I not?
After we killed all of your cultists.
I was more than willing to continue fighting until that spell wore off. You had to have seen that. The three of you seem magically adept.
Yes, but magic tends to not stand up in a court of law quite as well as, say, documents or irrefutable proof. You will need to come with us. There is no getting around that fact.
You could be acting. Liar, liar, pants on fire.
Fine. As long as we can keep things quiet, I will go.
I'm sure you could use some of those fancy robes of yours to cover your face.
Very funny.
I'm not joking.
So, how are we doing this?
It's simple. Theodora will tie up your wrists. You'll have your face covered, and we'll escort you on foot back to the cathedral.
Very well.
So does Theodora get ridiculous with how much she binds up his hands?
Yes.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Now, do you stop her from binding up more than just his hands?
He at least needs to be able to walk under his own force.
Okay, he's able to walk, but He's like covered in rope.
Okay.
And knots and like, yeah.
By the way,
An entire Boy Scout troop got to it.
Exactly.
before you all leave, I should point out that there is a pair of doors over yonder.
Corbin goes and checks it.
Wow.
He's
Theodora is tying him up.
I've noticed that whenever we're panning over Lucy or Theodora, that I can't control their tokens.
Yeah, because I can.
Oh.
Because I gave control of her to her now.
But now I don't feel as important or special.
So, since Theodora is busy tying him up, he doesn't notice you all into the room. Here's what you see in his office. The walls of this room bear... I don't know how to pronounce this word.
Can I see it?
Macabre.
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 Okay. Bears macabre decorations. Human faces stretched over flat wooden frames by strips of leather or black twine.
Yeah, we're fucking taking this guy in.
Each face grimaces in a slightly different expression of pain, looking down on a cramped room that contains a desk, a high-backed rocking chair, and a low-slung cloth heaped with scratchy-looking blankets. And a ladder in the southeast corner of the room leads up to a trapdoor in the ceiling. Now,
Stanton,
Yes.
you should see this.
Oh, dear God!
he looks over and is like, "No! Oh,
No, he says it more like...
Yeah, so he's gagged up and doing his best to plead his case.
Breathe in! And she pulls on a rope.
Okay. So yeah, you see all
Like
that.
a corset. Like you're tightening a corset.
Oh, I thought you were like
Okay.
going around his throat.
Oh,
like,
no.
Like, oh, fucker, you got you now.
Along with the faces, you also see a fair number of books strewn about. Many of them look historical in nature, including books that have sea charts, rock formations, maps, pamphlets discussing a forgotten school of magic known as alchemaic. If anybody wants, they can do a knowledge arcane check on that.
One person who's got it. Hey, check that
Holy
out.
dick!
You know everything.
25. Natural 20.
You know that it's pure gibberish and there's no such thing. There's also a fine painting depicting a city carved from a vast frozen waterfall with towering ice cathedrals and domes. It's a painting worth 200 gold.
Nice.
Near the bottom are several books. The first of these is a wizard's spell book emblazoned with two intertwined snakes, one red and one green.
Christmas carols.
You want me to read off the spells they have?
Yep.
Is there like any sort of like documents clearly saying, hey, this stuff belongs to Iron Bar? Or like, is his like name on like the spelling test on the fridge?
There is a ledger that served as both a way of keeping tabs of money and inventory that the cult procured, as well as journal entries.
Oh, goody. I take that.
But there's also quite a few stuff that ends up being worth money. As for
Theodora loots it all.
As for the spells, you got Blink, Cat's Grace, Chill Touch, Enlarge Person, Fox Cunning, Grease, Haste, Lightning Bolt, Mage Armor, Magic Missile,
Hold on. Continue.
Scorching Ray, Shocking Grasp, Shrink Item, and the last two are Spider Climb and Web. Oh, there's also an old and beautifully created tome containing numerous hand-drawn illustrations titled The Serpent's Tane, Fairy Tales of the Eldest. And it actually explains what all is found inside that book. It's pretty much fairy tales. But it's worth 500 gold for that book alone. Now, as for the journal and ledger, here's the fun part. When you open it up, you're going to have... I need everybody to tell me what languages they're able to speak.
Common, Celestial, and Abyssal.
Where is that?
Everyone knows Common at the very beginning. You're a druid, so you also know Druidic.
Sylvan, is that... Where did I write? I know I went through these. Where are
I
my
think
languages?
languages on that character sheet is up towards the top, I think.
Not the ones that it matters.
Common Druidic.
Okay. So none of you can understand this because
Aww.
it's written in Draconic, Elven, and Infernal characters that all seem to be strewn about in the same sentences.
Hold on.
Since Theodora
So-
is a dragon,
She's able to read the Draconic symbols, but pretty much this is a cipher because it's like one word will be written in a character of Draconic, a character of Infernal, and so it continues going like that. He wrote this entire journal in 3 different languages all at once
That's not. Comprehend languages is a little
in
too
order to make
strong.
sure that only he can
Level 1.
read it.
Level 1?
Yep.
yeah.
I have a level 1 spell slot open, don't I? I believe I do. Ho-ho! I do! That is good.
And like I said, there's also a ladder that leads up to a trapdoor in the ceiling.
I am going to use my level 1 spell slot to prepare comprehend languages.
Alright.
I can use it to read things. So,
Yeah.
so that's what I'm going to do.
You're going to have to make a 25 linguistics check. Because, like I said, it serves double duty as a ledger and journal for Justice Ironbar. He accorded everything in this journal in a cipher he painstakingly invented himself using a mix of Draconic, Elven, and Infernal characters. A character that can read all 3 of these languages can make a 25 linguistics check after 2d4 days of study to untangle the complex cipher.
And comprehend languages isn't going to last nearly that long.
No.
So,
We need to take it to someone to...
yeah.
That or try to convince him to read it for you. But
No.
Bullshit!
But yeah, at least you have his journal and you have a bunch of stuff worth money, and the alchemist learned new spells.
Lucy goes to the trapdoor.
Alright. Timber cabinet sits against the northern wall here. Its doors made of iron mesh. Inside perch 3 strangely silent ravens. A table nearby holds a tall, narrow bucket of bird feed, a quill, and a vial of ink, as well as several thin parchments weighted down by a polished rock.
Lucy goes to the bird seed, checks it, I guess, for if it's good or not.
Yeah, it's so good.
Okay.
Like, do you eat it? I was like, oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
When you go near the bucket, they kind of hop on the perch a little, like they're going to get fed.
Yes. And she goes over, and feeds them a little bit, and then opens the door.
You open the door to the outside.
To the cage.
Okay. So you open it and one steps out and hops right onto the table next to all the papers and pen.
Hi there. Who are you?
He just kind of cocks his head.
I do have, where is it? Speak with animals.
Alright.
So,
You cast Speak with Animals.
yes.
He immediately goes, "You writing letter for me to send?"
No.
Oh. Then why am I out?
I'm going to free you.
He kind of looks puzzled, looks back at the others like, "We're messengers. We send message back and forth. You got message?"
If I did have a message, where would you take it?
"Oh, we would take it to clock tower thingy."
Clock tower thingy.
That's what the Raven said.
Yep, that's what the Raven
Yep.
said.
Exactly how many clock towers are in this town?
Would you permit me to follow you if I had a message to send?
You fly?
I can, yes.
Then yes.
Okay,
You follow?
yes,
Need message.
definitely. One moment. I yell down, "Hey! I need a message to be sent to a clock tower thingy."
And all the others start going, "Yay, Snake Lady Tower! Snake Lady Tower!"
Evidently, there's a snake lady.
Okay. The ink is not of questionable origin, it's just typical ink.
Yeah.
Stan writes a message.
I don't know who
what-
you are.
What time is it? Time to get a better clock tower.
Okay. So, you put it on the bird's leg, I guess?
Yes, and I turn into a fast sparrow-like thing. Let's see. Or I could do a raven. Can I? Isn't that something that I can
Maybe look
become?
towards your tiny or small list.
Yes, I can become a raven. So I become a raven.
Alrighty.
And I preen myself to look like them.
Alright, so he takes off, heading north.
I
Yeah.
fly after.
So,
Because this is an awesome idea.
How much you want to bet she's going to get in trouble with that?
so we'll come back to you later. What do the two of you and Theodora do?
Well, we've got to... She knows where we're going.
Well, we have a shit ton of evidence pointing Iron Bar towards association with a murder cult, and he had fucking faces stapled to his walls.
He's struggling and trying his best to speak through the gag.
Theodora's tickling him.
Corbin takes the gag out. You have something to say?
You gotta understand, none of this was me! It was her! She used that damn charm spell on me! None of the deaths were me!
What can you tell us about it?
Oh, have you ever heard... Other than that she's that kind of creature where half of her is a human woman and the other half is a long-ass snake?
A naga.
Lamia, Medusa,
No,
Yanti.
Vampire.
What? Vampire?
What do we need?
Flesh crafting? I don't know.
No,
you
wrong
actually,
world.
Stanton actually got it with Lamia. Lamia matriarch, actually.
But he probably needs some kind of roll for that. But
I'm just naming crap off randomly. Is he like, yes, that's the one, Lamia?
Yeah.
Okay, so
That
now
works.
we know.
She's a Lamia matriarch. They're able to shapeshift, you know. She would make me go to her every night. I was thinking it was because we were lovers, but it was actually just to keep up the charm spell on me. She's the reason all those people died. She's also the reason all those people in Sandpoint died.
You're not guiltless in this.
I was under a charm spell. Do you honestly think they'll try me?
Bullshit. That office, the faces stapled to your wall, and a ledger full of cultist activities. You think a charm spell lasts that long?
Do you know how long she's been in this city?
A charm spell is a short-term solve. That requires dedication. I don't give a shit what you say.
Every 24 hours I have to see her to get the spell reinstated.
Were there any other doors?
No, everything else just leads back downstairs.
Okay.
As long as she kept me in play, all I'd have to do was go to see her every 24 hours, thinking we were going to have a thrice. Instead, I get a charm spell cast on me and possibly a new memory implanted into my head.
Oh, what are you doing with the Zoom feature? It's not as easy as it looks, is it? Suddenly making fun of Will for not being able to do it.
I can't honestly.
Yeah, you can't take him out of that thing. He's trapped.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Might as well just spend the rest of our lives here.
Where's Corbin trying to go?
To the entrance. Over by Linka.
Oh, okay. Yeah, the way
While
the dynamic...
they're interrogating, he's checking out these stairs.
There you go. You want to go to the left side of the screen and up.
Oh, we're seeing the whole thing.
So we'll get back to you in a minute. Been sticking with Sam because he's still talking. She's been in this city for a long time. She's kept me charmed for a long time. As long as I saw her every night at 8 o'clock, I was never off of her charm spell until today. And believe me, I want nothing more than to see her head on a pike for the things she probably made me do.
You know, if we take you to the priesty place, they can, like, detect magic and stuff. Get proof of this. Right?
Your little pet has a point.
She's not my pet. She's my partner. And right now, we're going to take you to the cathedral.
We're partners?
Pump it, deputy.
Oh.
So he stays quiet after that. Corbin, what exactly are you doing?
Getting stealthy.
Alright.
With the... what's that?
That's
Oh, that's pretty good.
That's
19, so 30 stealth.
Alright. When you're going down those stairs, you still hear the wheel wells going. Now I'm going to move you straight down the page.
Already there.
Well, as in...
Already there.
Yeah. No, as in go down the page because there's an undermap.
Go down.
Okay.
There are gears. The water wells are still moving, so that gives you even more bonuses to your stealth roll. And what do you do once you reach the bottom of the stairs? There's a door right at the bottom that's shut.
I'd listen. Do I have any penalties for racket?
-4.
Okay. So 11. So that'll be a 20 to hear if there's conversation or movement inside.
Amongst the sounds of the machinery, you do hear maybe 2 or 3 people talking amongst themselves.
Okay. So Corbin will sneak back upstairs and let them know that there's more people downstairs.
So So
What? That.
So yeah, you go back up and say that there might be more people at the very bottom of the mill. Lucy,
Yes.
you are led north through the city.
Okay.
It's night, so the city is mostly quiet compared to how it was in the day. You go towards this very large bridge, or at least what's left of it, because it cuts off right on the coastline. The Raven immediately dives to go under the bridge,
Okay.
and he heads towards this building
Okay. A giant tower.
with a frozen clock on it.
How are they able to build towers that tall without steel?
What?
I mean, a tower that size, you would have to have very strong construction materials to build it that vertical, but not.
And that's small, too.
Yeah.
Hidden beneath the grimy blackened Goliath that is the iron span, the lesser
Magic.
works of men huddle like weeds at the foot of the great trees that are the ruined bridge's stone support. Near one of these supports leans a decrepit and sagging clock tower, a dying structure of weathered stone, wood, and rusted metal support that teeters to an unlikely height of over 180 feet.
Okay, so even they admit, hey, this shit's crazy.
Yeah.
Alright.
High above near the tower's roof and barely 5 feet from the iron span's stone belly, a tangle of scaffolding sits near a section of the structure that has fallen away. The tower's clock face is frozen in time, defiantly and falsely proclaiming it to be 3 o'clock, while above a stone statue of an angel, her wings crumbling, leans precariously, almost as if she were preparing for a final leap from her decaying perch. So, yeah, there is metal to it holding it up, but it's mostly stone and wood.
Oh, shit!
What?
Is the angel covering her face?
No. Anyway, the Raven goes towards that clock tower and into the roof, landing on a table inside.
Okay. I land on the windowsill.
It's sitting there waiting, and then make a perception check.
16 plus whatever my perception is. 14.
Wait, don't list a stealth roll for her? That's insane.
I mean, why would she be stealthing in her own
Well, I just find
house?
it funny that they don't bother listing a stealth roll for her, but oh well. You see coming from the inside of the roof a snake-like creature slithering down the side to the flooring, goes up to the Raven, picks it up, and takes the note off and looks at it. What'd you say it said again?
It said, what time is it? And below that it said, time to get a new clock tower.
That's what you see.
Okay.
Okay.
She looks at it and kind of tilts her head like, what is that fool? Oh, no. She crumbles it up and tosses the bird out so it starts flying back to the...
I fly after it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
As fast as possible.
You have to admit it was a pretty good message.
Get your point across.
Yeah. And now
So-
she'll be preparing for us.
Hey,
So-
you're the one who wanted to send a message. So
Sure, well.
So back to you two. What do you do when Corbin tells you there are still more people?
What do you do when Corbett says there are more people? So, like, shouldn't we go down there and, like, best them or ask them what's going
should, yes.
Alright. Hey, Theodora?
Yeah.
Do you think that you can make sure that this fat turd doesn't get away? And he gestures over towards the iron bar.
Okay.
Iron bar's been gagged up again, by the way, because Stanton still doesn't trust him.
That's probably a good idea.
Awesome. So I'm moving you two over.
She's going to keep tickling him.
I'm moving you two over to the other map, where the door is still shut.
Do you want to go first, or shall I?
I will.
Okay.
Check it. Is it locked?
No, it is not.
I slowly open the door.
Alright. As soon as it lit. There we go. So, here is what you see inside. A place of mist and noise. 4 immense water wheels turn steadily in the northern part of this large room, while to the south whirring belts of leather, gears, pulleys, and thick ropes spin and churn, using the internal motion of the river below the power pistons that rumble along the southern wall. Here's now 3 mill workers look over at him and say, "Can we help you?"
You wouldn't happen to be murderous cultists, would you?
They kind of look at each other and immediately draw swords like, "And if we are?"
We have Ironbar in custody. Surrender.
Well, shit.
Should have thought about that before you drew your swords, huh?
Well, let's put it this way. There's 2 of you. There's 3 of us. And this is not a safe room to be in.
And we just fucked up those 8 people you had upstairs. 9, technically.
You're lying.
Corbin takes his other bomb and throws it.
Here we were about to intimidate them into...
You think that's an intimidating? I throw a bomb at this guy.
Alright.
So, 20 touch.
Yeah, it's going to hit him.
Takes 8 damage.
Well, there's something I need to look up real quick. Because I still need to update my channel energy.
Well, let's put it this way. When you lob the bomb right at them, they look at each other again, it's like, okay, we're good. And they just slowly come out with you all.
The bomb's got the top slots. I think it's just easy to just... There you go. Boom.
That was the best face.
And see, what would have been interesting about a fight in that room is every time you take a move action, you'd have to make a reflex save or risk getting caught and damaged by all the machinery.
Well, it's good that I don't have to move to kill people. So...
So, do you wait at the mill for Lucy to return, or start heading to the cathedral?
We now have a lot more prisoners than just one. So, we're gonna wait until we have a full team
Alright,
to
so...
escort these people back.
Alright, so eventually 2 ravens fly into the top floor.
They just fly into the top floor.
Into the window.
Fly in the window and land.
Fly into the window because
And-
birds can't tell the difference.
Well, yeah, I hope you didn't close the window. One of them starts squawking at you, as if you can understand it.
Get the idea and open the window. So.
It was a little drafty in here.
So, yeah, she just said that one of them's squawking at you.
I didn't actually close the window.
I know.
She's as if she's explaining what's going on.
Stay,
Corbin stops her and says, "Perhaps in Taldane," which is common, by the way.
changes back into Lucy. So, there's this big clock tower. I have no idea how it's still standing, because I don't think they used the right material to actually build it. Anyways, there's a snake lady inside.
Did she like my joke?
I think she realizes what's happened now.
By the way, Corbin, if she explains the clock tower to you, you would actually recognize it, having lived in this city. Or Sam too. Having lived in this city, you know it was a clock that was supposed to be built as a symbol of order and hope within the Underbridge area, but only like a year later, the clock itself stopped working and it just started leaning and sagging. And all the taverns and brothels in the Underbridge pretty much have running pools going on. When it finally falls, how many buildings is it going to take with it, and how many people is it going to kill?
You know, when they first constructed that tower, that's what really first got me wanting to become an ordinator. It's a symbol of order. Ordinators were finally patrolling through the area. When they finally left it constructed, it was intended for the citizens of Underbridge to see to its maintenance, but, well, you can see how that turned out.
Did the ordinators decide on the angel at the top? Because that was really scary.
You find angels frightening.
For various reasons.
Yes.
That seems like a rather irrational fear.
Don't blink.
When one is chasing you and you have to keep turning your back on it, yeah, you'll be afraid of it too.
What the hell have you been smoking?
I don't smoke.
You've been having the peyote, haven't you? I told Theodora not to get it from any of the vendors.
Is that nice milk-like drink?
By the way, while you're all talking, Iron Bar is just, oh my god, when is this gonna end?
Jiggle, jiggle, jiggle!
He just glares at her because his robes are too thick to peel in.
So for the last 20 minutes or so,
Whoops.
Oh god, he's dead!
We lost the character sheet! No! And the other three cultists are kind of looking at him and looking at you guys like, these are really the people who took us down?
Kind of makes you feel inadequate, doesn't it?
Just bow their heads.
Alright, so we take all these people back to the cathedral.
Alrighty then.
And Lucy brings the birds with them.
Alright. I mean, they're in the cage, so they can't say anything otherwise.
Okay.
Squawk, squawk, squawk.
No. Oh, yeah, you. I thought you meant something else.
What would you think I meant?
I don't know. So you return to the cathedral. It's the middle of the night. And so, of course, the main cathedral part itself is empty. You figure everybody's probably in bed.
I'm assuming there's some sort of sentry.
Yeah.
I tell him that the High Ordinator may be interested in this. Does the sentry recognize Iron Bar?
Very much so.
Good. So he knows just how important this is.
So he's just like, okay. And it only takes a few minutes before the High Ordinator's coming down like, what's this all? Why do you have the Justice in binding?
Stanton reaches into his pack, takes out one of the focuses of Norzabor, and tosses it to him.
You found this in his possession, I take it?
And several cultists in his charge.
And Ironbar is just glaring at you immensely.
He claims to have been under the effects of a charm spell.
We need that verified.
A simple zone of truth can help that out easily.
Ooh, those are mean.
To which, upon hearing that, he is immediately trying to struggle from grasp and run off.
Theodora tightens around his neck. Because she's been sitting on his shoulder. I didn't say that, but that's what I was picturing.
Alright, so he drops to his knees gagging. To which the High One says, can you call off the dragon?
I think she does a very good job of pacifying him. But, is this an order or is this just a recommendation?
Kind of an order, because the last thing we need is him dying or losing his ability to speak before we can cast the spell on him.
Kind of just eyes over and, like, okay.
She loosens her tail.
So, the High Ordinator walks over, works his magic, and of course Ironbar wouldn't be able to save against it because this is a high-level NPC and I'm just fudging things here.
Yay for plot elements!
Woohoo!
So, it should be working. We can ask him whatever we want and he will undoubtedly tell us the truth.
What color panties are you wearing?
I don't wear panties, I wear boxers.
What color boxers are you wearing?
They are white.
Now they're yellow. So, you were enthralled to a Lamia's charm spell, yes?
Yes. For perhaps, yes, for many years now, actually.
Describe the process under which this charm spell would be renewed.
All I would have to do is visit her for our nightly nights together, and she would most likely cast the spell on me and have me leave believing we spent the night together.
The duration of these charm spells was exactly 24 hours?
Yes.
When did you first meet this Lamia?
Oh, it must have been perhaps 7 years ago. She was standing outside the courts. This beautiful, fair human woman. And we ended up courting for about 2 weeks. And then before I knew it, we were lovers.
You never suspected anything about her cultist associations?
Actually, I am the leader of the cult, and she most likely used me for that service.
So you were already the head of this cult when she found you?
Yes, I am a true believer of Norjabar.
Oh, bitch!
And I have done many killings in this city in his name and towards his plot of return.
He looks over towards the High Ordinator. Are you getting this? Are you?
I am feeding on this.
Good.
I have already sent people out to get the town guard. This is nuts.
How long were you the head of the Norjabor cult?
For 150 years of my 300-year lifespan so far.
Shit!
Have you committed murders in his name before being recruited?
Before her enthrallment, every murder I did was in his name and in his great plan. After that, it was all in her plans. For she had us go after specific targets who were known to be greedy souls.
What do you know of the seven-pointed star, the Brotherhood of Seven?
Well, our cult is a part of the Brotherhood of Seven. The seven-pointed star, the Shiadon rune. She would have me carve that into the chest of each victim I kill. She would not tell me why, only that it needed to be done before death.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize my thing got in the water.
What thing?
That part of the garment!
Oh,
The cuff?
Sleeve!
The cuff?
Cuff. Yes. I kind of flinged water on you guys, so...
Tell me everything you know about this Lamia.
That might be a pretty long list.
I'll be... when he starts getting into the carnal details, I'll tell him to fast forward.
Aww.
The shadow clock is her home in the underbridge. That is where we meet every night. I know that she is endued with magic. After all, she is capable of casting charm. She is strong. She is resourceful. She has many minions under her control, 4 of which she always keeps in that clock tower. And she always has within the clock tower and her reach some type of spear weapon that seems very ancient.
Has she expressed any sort of fear or concern or any sort of weakness that she...
None that I have ever seen.
What are...
She's been working the city for many years, so she's pretty well content.
the 4 minions? Who are they and what can they do?
3 of them are faceless stalkers, like the ones I had waiting for you at Foxglove's townhouse. One of them is a sentient flesh golem.
Shit, man.
That lives within the base level of the tower.
She stays at the top of this tower?
Yes. The golem never climbs the stairs. It wouldn't survive the trip, but it is very durable and powerful.
So we just run past it and climb up the stairs.
Thou shalt not burn down the manor in which...
Oh, we don't need to burn it down. It's already suffering massive amounts of... it's already suffering from decay in its structural integrity. It wouldn't take much to knock it down.
Do remember that it is very dense in the underbridge, so having it fall down is going to cause a lot of property damage and innocent killings.
Unless you evacuate. Have
A court order for excavation or demolition, and because it's a public safety.
She has a point. We have to protect the public.
That, the Ordinator speaks and goes, that may be harder than it sounds. You gotta figure, the underbridge is where a lot of the towns, of the cities, most decrepit and most worse off citizens lie. If we have them forcefully spill out into the city, there's no telling how citizen morale will react, and all sorts of damages.
I hand him, or I not hand him because he's bound, but I hold open the journal that he's written in code,
Yeah.
and I ask for him to start reading this for me.
He kind of sighs and says, and goes, okay. Recorded everything. He pretty much rambles off enough evidence to put him in the gallows. Runelords makes it clear enough. Journal goes on to reveal that someone Ironbar refers to as Lovely Zanesha has stolen his heart and provided him with a new method of murder. Not much information on her in the journal, but the book does reveal that he's visited her dozens of times at a site in northern Magnimar called the Shadow Clock. Also indicates that Ironbar has received payment from the Red Mantis for delivery of Voral's legacy, referring to fungus harvested from the manor.
Who's the Red Mantis?
So it's pretty much written evidence of everything that will get him thrown in prison. Red Mantis is something for another time. Red Mantis is a significant role in Curse of the Crimson Throne adventure path.
Okay.
Worldly reference!
Ah, okay.
Wow, so he, I guess everything's pointing for us to go to this clock tower.
Yeah.
That we can't just knock down.
We could just fly in through the window.
Not all of us share those particular talents.
Sorry.
He looks over towards the Highward air. Is there anything that you would like to ask him?
I believe we have more than enough. I can only imagine the political shockwave this is going to send through the city.
I look at Ironbar one more time and I ask, are you the head of the sole organization responsible for the Skinsaw murders?
Yes, because there were only 2 sites for the murders involving the carving of the Shiadon room. Here at Magnimar, which I was in charge of, and the areas surrounding Sandpoint, which she had Aldrin Foxglove taken care of.
Did the Brotherhood of Seven approve of these murders, or were you acting rogue?
Our cult has always been considered rogue anyway because of us doing what we do in the name of our deity. The rest of the Brotherhood of Seven keep to their own businesses.
What do you know of the other members of the Brotherhood of Seven?
Before I answer that question,
Just so you know, I don't feel bad about exploiting this because if I wanted to, I could have prepared Zone of Truth as well.
Oh,
So,
very nice.
Yeah.
so I don't feel bad exploiting this. I am shameless.
Well, you can keep quiet with Sound of Truth rather than telling the truth.
Don't let him know that. We have so much now.
So that is an option.
So
Zone
when you
of Truth
ask him
could
about
be
the other
used in
Brotherhood,
court of law.
when you ask him about the other members, he said,
Not speaking this
for the sake of my life, I am refusing to answer that question. I told you everything about my work and about her. Do not make me speak of those names.
What are their favorite colors?
Red, yellow, blue, green.
How are you're bound up.
No, this is me keeping track.
Oh, okay.
Red, yellow, blue, green, black. Orange and white.
What are their favorite foods?
We're going to be here all day. Will you shut up the dragon?
Oh, I think she'll have plenty of time to interrogate you in prison.
So the town guard comes in and is pretty much standing there waiting for him to be released.
I guess it's time to hand him over to the official, the official constabulary of Sandpoint's mouthful.
That is helpful. Constabulary.
As
Interesting.
Constable,
he's-
constabulary, it works.
As he's being dragged away,
No, it's symbol.
as he's being dragged away, he glares at all of you and says, "Do not think that this is the last you'll ever see of me. I am a justice of this city. I have friends in high places. You are not slam."
He never shuts up.
I got friends in low
Well.
places.
The zone of truth only
That was
made
the
sure
exact
you
same
wouldn't
thing.
lie, but he was apparently very willing to answer all the questions.
Here's,
He's most likely hoping that he can get off easy, having truthfully told us that he was under a charm spell for some of those murders.
150 years of murder and assassination. I don't think you're able to get off easy on that one.
That one, no, but this is Magnimar. Unfortunately.
Should we be watching our backs?
Maybe.
So, since we're basically out of spells,
Well, I mean, I'm not.
I just leveled.
oh, that's right, we did just level up, didn't
Yeah.
we? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I got all shiny and got all my spells back.
You leveled up in the middle of the fight, so that healed you. And
Yep.
What is that damn ding I keep hearing?
followed by some weird chime.
And sparkles everywhere.
Did somebody cast like prestidigitation on me or something? Why am I glowing?
And there's a bard playing in the background.
Yes.
And bard comes out and says, "Something like this."
what's great is that it's coming through both computers, so I can hear this thing echo.
Yes!
Oh, if I turned my sound on, it might have come from here too.
Play it again! Play it again!
Play it again.
I'm pretty sure I heard it.
Yep.
So the high ordinator looks at all of you and says, "So, what's your plan of attack now?"
We got no idea.
We typically don't. We know.
You haven't changed much since your teachings, haven't you?
I've found that sometimes it's best to go in without a plan. It allows you to adapt rather than have a plan that situations don't accommodate. What we do know is that we're facing 3 faceless stalkers, 1 flesh golem, 1 lamia matriarch who...
Partridge.
I was just thinking that.
It would be a good idea to know exactly what these enemies are capable of before walking in blindly.
Well, you said that you all faced faceless stalkers before, have you not?
Yes, but there was only 2 of them, and...
It's not like we succeeded very well.
We know we were able to capture the one,
Yes.
which is probably a bit more of a feat than simply killing it. So,
But we also succumb to their trickery, so...
Yeah, but this time we know that they're just trying to dig with us, so...
True.
I am aware that constructs can be very difficult to match against. But you would have to speak to somebody who deals in such construction to learn more.
Do you know someone in town who may?
Animated objects. You may want to speak with someone of the arcane variety.
Such as, say, someone who runs a statuary?
Oh god.
Yes! Yes!
You see, I was looking through the Magnimar book, and I just happened to come across that there's a tiefling in the Underbridge who's a hermaphrodite. And I was like...
And what's his favorite books? What's his favorite book?
Not books, his favorite thing to make is romantically intertwined succubi.
You know that would be a perfect way to tie him into the story. Otherwise, we wouldn't know shit about him.
Make a nodge, local chess.
Oh, he'd know him.
You know what? I'm going to spend a fate point to automatically succeed. I want to see this one happen.
Stanton, you suddenly remember that there is a hermaphrodite tiefling who, despite their gender, likes to publicly display themselves as a female. But anyway,
A chick dick she-male?
yes.
We're getting more fantasy every day.
Wait until we look through the book of erotic fantasy.
Oh, goody.
So yeah, you know of her that she actually lives in the Underbridge, so she's very well on your way. Being a sorcerer, she may know something of constructs. And she was a person she was one of the very, very few people in the Underbridge who was actually nice to you and your sister, so no worries about favors or shit like that happening.
Though doing a favor for her might be fun. Just putting it out there, you know.
For those of you who've never looked through the official Pazio material for Magnimar, apparently Pazio loves to give random traits like being a hermaphrodite to their characters.
There's a drag queen who comes up frequently in Pathfinder Society.
Sweet.
Like you play with... I don't know if I should refer to her and him. Her. Okay. You as in like an actual player who plays there at the table. It's
Or
not
the
just
character?
Or,
An NPC.
oh, the NPC.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Does the GMs make them sound like Nathan Lane and Birdcage?
One of the GMs that I've played with has, yes.
I know you're smart because you're the man, and I'm not because I'm the woman. But you're not a woman. You bastard!
He said that was his inspiration for it. Yeah. There.
What of the faceless stalkers? We faced them before, but any more information?
There's nothing I would really know about such creatures other than they come from the south and they're capable of shape-shifting.
Corbin, your Pathfinder Lodge has some books on things.
Perhaps we could find something there, yes?
Oh, I just realized for the code thing,
Yeah.
Theodora does know curse words in like every language.
Okay.
It probably wouldn't have helped, and it's beside the point at this point.
It wouldn't have helped, but yeah.
Anyway, ignore me.
She's just like, that character looks like a penis.
Yeah. Basically.
I am Mary the Sword Tower. What do you all do now?
We go to the lodge.
Faceless Stalkers and Lamia, in particular. That we
And
want.
flesh golems. Made of flesh.
Okay, so you go to the lodge and the lodge owner greets you there. So, what can I do for you all this late at night?
We need to know about fleshy flesh golems that are made of flesh.
Well, we have many wizards and sorcerers and witches and whatnot that may know of constructs.
Do you have constructs for idiots?
Pretty much.
Okay, so do you want to roll for information or?
Yeah. Do well, I think constructs fall under the knowledge arcane skill. Faceless stalkers they're apparitions, but they're apparently creatures that live within this realm. So
Knowledge nature?
well, no, because they're humanoid.
Okay. So the Lamia wouldn't be under knowledge nature either. Okay.
But I guess being apparitions would still make them fall under knowledge arcane,
So you're just going to be rolling for everything.
Yeah.
even though he doesn't have the
Yeah.
skill for it.
Well,
Yeah. Holy crap!
He
I
completely.
caught the edge of the box. Do you see the pointed edge?
Oh, snap.
Why are you destroying my box?
I like my boxes.
Oh,
And
here you go.
what? And
Know
Lamaya
about
is a monstrous humanoid, so monstrous humanoid falls under which knowledge roll?
No idea.
That-
Knowledge nature?
That one's to know about the flesh golem.
What was the total?
That-
What was the total of the roll?
Oh, fate point.
You gave me the fake. Okay, constructs.
Sure, why not?
Does she use it to have sex with it?
You can. Okay.
Because it's out of flesh. Does the word just sounds pornographic to me. I don't know
Okay.
why. It just does.
It sounds like Frankenstein to me.
Okay. You're going to get
I
a
have a
description
point.
of. You're going to get a description of what it means to be a flesh golem, and you'll get to ask 3 questions about constructs themselves.
Okay.
A flesh golem is pretty much Frankenstein's monster.
Okay.
You get a skeletal structure together,
That's
and
different.
you sew bits and pieces of flesh all around it and bring it to life with magic. Now, 3 questions about the constructs themselves.
Young Frankenstein.
AC.
That's very basic.
Air conditioning, they like it.
Okay. Well, we can skip that then and say any weaknesses.
Weaknesses, okay. Do not need brain or sleep.
Fire.
Let's see.
I have fire.
I have fire too.
Because,
They have no good saving throws, so all 3 of their saving throws are always on the low end. If you think of how your saving throws develop for class skills, one's always high, one's always mid-range, and one's always low. Theirs is always the low tier. However, well, no. So yeah,
I meant more
they have weak.
like anything specific.
Anything specific?
Types of energy.
Like fire. Or cold.
A flesh golem will probably flinch away from fire, yes. Now, unfortunately, the construct subclass comes with a lot of immunities. But, 2 more questions.
They probably have damage reduction.
Yeah.
So we probably have.
What are their defenses?
Alrighty. Immune to all mind-affecting effects, such as charms, compulsions, moral effects, patterns, and phantasms. Immune to bleed, disease, death effects, necromancy effects, paralysis, poison, sleep, and stunning. Immune to any effect that requires a fortitude save, unless the effect also works on objects or is harmless. Let's see.
Hold on. Sound burst? A fucking sound bomb? They'd be immune to that?
Unless it says it also works on objects within the spell's description. And another thing to their defenses, they have spell resistance infinity. They are immune to magic effects.
To magic or non-magic?
Magic.
Magic.
Whenever your spell says spell resistance, yes, won't work on them.
Ah.
So, I take it channel negative energy would not work either.
Well, apparently channels are not considered spells, so they actually would, because there's spell resistance, and then there's channel resistance. Now, according to this, a flesh golem is immune to any spell or spell-like ability that allows spell resistance. In addition, certain spells and effects function differently against the creature, as noted below. A magical attack that deals cold or fire damage will slow a flesh golem for 2d6 rounds with no save. A magical attack that deals electricity damage breaks any slow effect on the golem and will heal 1 point of damage for every 3 points of damage the attack otherwise deals.
So don't use electricity.
Right.
Like any of us had that.
Call lightning.
Oh, okay. I thought, because you typically use the fireball.
Well, yeah.
Your fireball spell won't damage him, but it will slow his movement as if he's under the slow spell.
Okay.
1 more question.
So like, oh shit. Oh, that changes everything for me. Everything. Everything.
I mean, that's really kind of funny to know.
Like attacks.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are its attacks?
It depends on if the maker granted the golem any weapon, or it may use its own natural weapon. Pretty much, they are proficient with its natural weapon, unless generally humanoid in form, in which case proficient with any weapon mentioned in its entry.
So, like, in terms of, like, hard numbers, like, in terms of what we would expect it to roll, what damage it would do.
When you keep reading the book, you figure constructs can actually be built to varying strengths, depending on the mage responsible for building it. So, a question like that can only be answered by either speaking to he who built it, speaking to he who have seen it, or seeing the thing yourself, basically.
Gotcha.
Because constructs can range from fine to colossal in size.
Gotcha.
So it said spell resistance yes means that that spell won't work on it.
No, it won't.
But spell resistance no means that it will work on it.
Yes.
What if it does spell resistance partial?
Oh shit.
Then it still wouldn't work.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
But you can only change your spells after resting for 8 hours.
I know. I just want to know which ones are going to work and which ones aren't.
Yeah. So, that's all you read up on constructs.
Okay. Do we really want to know more about faceless stalkers, or do we already know kind of?
I think we already know what we need to about them.
Just hit them really hard.
Basically.
Alright.
That worked last time, so yeah.
Alright.
Well, that's not going to help at all.
Anything about the lamia?
It's cool. The bombs are fire damage.
Okay. Basically, I'm just going to be buffing.
Wouldn't it be debuffing if you're slowing everyone?
Buffing you guys, debuffing him.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Arcana, ancient mysteries, magic traditions, engineering, to know know everything about a faceless stalker, you actually have to roll a dungeoneering skill, which Linka would have, being a fighter.
Got it.
Or him too.
That's...
Oh, and
hit the
knowledge
side.
nature can identify monstrous humanoids.
Got a 26 dungeoneering.
That is a 16 plus 12 for knowledge nature when you're ready.
DC is check equals 10 plus the monster's CR. So the CR of a faceless stalker is 4. What did you roll again?
26.
Okay, so yeah, you definitely know. With roll that high, you can know pretty much everything about it. Faceless Stalker has their best save is their will. Their weakest save is their reflex. They do have damage reduction to everything but piercing or slashing weapons. They are capable of blood draining, where they pretty much do 1 point of constitution damage every time they have you grappled and drinking your blood. They are capable of sneak attacking. They have the spell-like ability of tongues. They are, because of their shape-shifting ability, they are very stealthy creatures, very capable of bluffing. They are well trained at escaping bonds and anything that requires an escape artist check. And because of in their natural form, they have no discernible facial features, they gain a +4 bonus on saving throws made to resist attacks or effects that target the senses, be it sight, odor, sonic attacks, or anything of that nature.
Fair bet that all the things we're fighting are evil.
Commonly, they're listed as chaotic evil.
Good. That's very good to know.
So, if you want to make a knowledge nature roll for the Lamera,
Yes,
roll
16 plus 12.
let's see, you're going to be able to know much about them too.
Yeah.
Oh.
The general Lamera matriarch is a large-sized creature. They're capable of dark vision and low-light vision. They are immune to mind-affecting effects. They have a high spell resistance. They're not completely immune, but it's high. Their weakest save is their fortitude. Their highest save is their reflex. They are capable of climbing along walls. They are capable of draining one's wisdom with their touch. They have many spell-like abilities, including ones of charming creatures or pretty much fucking up with their senses in various ways, like mirror image or major image.
Okay. So I can't. But if we rest, I should load up Dispel Magic.
And
If we were at.
If
know-
we rest.
and You know that they're queens of a race consumed by bitterness and predatory instinct. They're the masterminds of all manner of foul plots in hope of breaking the bestial curse that afflicts their race. So apparently they were once normal people, but for some reason or another they were turned into half-snake creatures. So yeah, you're all toiling away at the library, learning much of stuff.
And gonna visit a chick dick shemale.
Awesome.
You know, that's what adventure parties do.
Yes.
You're just out on the town, and that happens.
I don't know if there's really much need to, since we found out.
I mean, just because we don't need. Alright.
We could just for fun. I mean, you know, if we die, at least we'll be consoled that we met this person.
Exactly.
So, it is very late at night by the time you all finish your reading. We're talking like 2 in the morning.
How long have we been going?
All day. So you're probably getting exhausted and towards
Theodora?
the fatigued era.
Theodora is already asleep.
So,
Snoring.
rest up. And the next day we'll go visit our tiefling.
Alright.
Cool.
So if any of you want to make your spell changes, you might want to go ahead and do that.
I'm doing that.
Oh, shit. What's the one? That one. You know. The thing.
That thing with the stuff.
Yeah. You know.
The thing! Here's the thing! Stan, when you're in the middle of praying, there's a knock at your door.
Who is it?
Esther.
He throws on his robe.
Oh God.
Hello!
Was I interrupting something?
Oh, you know,
He was praying.
that whole praying thing.
Quote, unquote.
I see. I just heard from the Ordinator that you've all captured Ironbar?
Yes, he was apparently the head of the cult of Norzabor.
I knew it. I knew something was up with him.
Then again, late night visits with the High Ordinator are not exactly a common thing.
Oh, I'm sure it's not. But from what I understand, late night visits are a common thing with you.
Oh, I wouldn't know too much about that.
Mm-hmm.
He's
So please tell me it's safe to walk around the streets again, and I no longer have to watch my back.
It's Magnimar. You'll never fully be safe here.
Well, you know what I mean.
I know. The cult was just one part of a larger organization that we're not fully sure on what their motives are. I highly doubt. I don't think that they would seek to do something as petty as attacking family members, but you never know. I think that these people probably have their eyes on much bigger fish. They'd rather just try to attack us directly.
True. Well, in that case, I'm going to the town square for the first time in months. Ciao. And she walks off.
She's gonna get kidnapped. Just saying.
Thank you. I really needed to hear that before we go into battle.
You're welcome.
I'm going to trade my cure serious wounds
So,
for magic.
Corbin, while the people requiring an hour to do their shit is doing their shit, what does Corbin do?
Sleeps.
Alright.
Well,
With
Yeah.
a tiefling?
sleeps. He's got all his potions and everything made, unless y'all would like some type of potions or anything.
Potion of fire breath.
I can make those for myself, but
Theodore will never know what it feels like to breathe fire like a real dragon.
I am fire. I am dead. See, that's so scary. Critical. I'm really hoping no one needs a cure critical wounds.
Oh, they might. A real fucking vampire.
You want to say some cuss words into the mic?
I can't see it because it's dark outside. Oh, I'll see it later.
Yep.
Sorry.
People are already dying. We can hear the sirens.
Right! Yeah,
Happy February, everybody.
you gotta love living in a part of the country where the weather doesn't make up its mind.
No, it's a fucking flip of the coin every day.
They'll say snow is coming and then it turns out to be nothing but rain. Or they'll say there is no snow coming and then you wake up and it's like, oh look, I gotta brush my car off.
Lightning just only works when you're outside.
It's almost like it's this really super powerful spell that that they need to put some sort of limitations on to make sure people don't exploit its use.
Yeah. I mean, gosh.
Call my name.
Says the person who channels negative energy every fucking day.
right.
Yeah.
Hey, he's very good at it.
Yep. Even though all the other clerics in the Abenar church kind of look at you and, look, there's the guy who channels negative energy. What a douche.
What a dick. What an asshole. What a self-righteous prick.
Why do you gotta be so negative all the time, man? You're like the one Jedi amongst us who decided he's going to use Force Lightning all the time.
Hey, it's worth the extra drain of my mana to be able to do that. I actually did that when I was playing Knights of the Old Republic. I actually took all the Sith powers because they were just, it's worth it to be able to shoot lightning or choke people.
I'm doing this to help people!
Actually,
Did it?
Actually,
Yeah.
the thing is, when I played, I got to like the Taurus Undercity. I did nothing but grind Rakghouls until I was like about level 16.
I've never played it.
Oh my god, you should. It's
In case you're all wondering, our cleric and druid is in the midst of preparing spells for the fight that they know they're going into after their many hours spent in the library.
yeah. I mean I've got my stuff set up.
I got it.
So
Should I take one dispel magic or two? I should take two.
So, it is morning, almost noonish. The sun is shining, the birds are chirping, the people in the city are acting like people in a giant city.
Cursing
get the
at each
fuck
other.
out of the way, asshole.
Exactly.
Yep.
And there are street urchins begging for coin and food, or picking your pocket, whichever ends up working.
Or both.
Yeah.
Some people sun don't shine.
You think they would be afraid of such things? Look at all this gold I lifted. All I had to do was, whoa. So, we still got 10 minutes left of random stuff to do before we close off.
Lucy brings a bag of, like, bread for the begging kids.
Aww.
What?
So sentimental.
So,
You know, you should probably put the money into an actual charity so that you know that it's going towards.
I'm not giving them money. I'm giving them bread to eat.
You'll find a lot more people begging for coin than bread.
Well, I'm giving them bread.
they'll take it and like it! So, what do you all do now that you're all nice and prepared?
Well, we start the funeral dirge early.
Yeah.
You have no idea. But he does.
Uh-oh.
So, Tiefling?
Yes.
Let's go play with the Tiefling.
Yeah, we've got like what 6 minutes left.
Tiefling, tiefling, tiefling.
So, you spend about an hour walking through the city until you eventually get to the underbridge. And since it is under a gigantic bridge, you go from daylight to pretty much twilight, because you are now in the shadow of this giant bridge, and there is a stone ceiling about 180 feet above your heads. Well, 190 because of the sunset. Anyway. And you can clearly see the difference between the low cleft section of the city, which is lower income people, and this section of the city. You've pretty much gone into the ghetto of the ghetto.
Theodora, I want you to hold Lucy's hand.
Okay.
The slavers in this part of town aren't exactly particular with who they pick up.
How about I be a shawl?
If someone tries to grab you, do you really want to risk strangling Lucy?
Point.
And Stanton grabs Corbin's hand.
Yes! That's worth another one.
And Lucy grabs Corbin's hand?
We're off to see the Tiefling.
Wait, the wonderful Tiefling.
That's one for Corbin. So yeah, you all look like Wizard of Oz characters going through this place as if you're going through the dark woods. There's even the sign at the beginning of the underbridge section that says, "I'd turn back if I were you."
We've even got our little dog, too.
Yeah, Stanton.
Oh! Burn.
I'm not the one who's eating ham out of a trash can.
So,
It was perfectly good ham.
So the streets here are relatively bare, very dirty. The buildings are in very, very much disrepair. You know where a brothel is because there's always a working woman standing right outside the door trying to beckon customers to come in.
We also know where a brothel is because you can't throw a stone without hitting one.
This is the worst kind of brothels, though. This is the 3
Hello, sweet cheeks.
Pretty much.
20 for an hour, 100 for a night.
You also know where the taverns are because there always seems to be someone being thrown out on his ass in it, or you hear the sounds of fighting from within.
Or puking.
Yeah.
No.
There is absolutely no cathedral-like facility anywhere in this section of town. It is pretty much the very definition of hopelessness. And every random chance, a small group of kids will come by and try to crowd around you and immediately run off.
I give them bread.
They just snatch it right out of your hand and run off. So yeah.
Theodora, I don't know what it would be to roll for this, but Theodora makes sure, like does the anti-pickpocketing. At least, I don't...
Perception check.
Perception, yeah.
Perception, yeah.
Perception. 9 plus 5.
14.
Okay.
That one.
Yeah.
And this is
Wait,
what-
how are they going to pickpocket off of a naked dragon?
For Lucy.
She's
Oh.
Theodora is covering for Lucy.
Yeah. Because Lucy has no idea.
What did you say his roll was?
14?
Yeah, he doesn't see anything.
Yeah.
But Lucy just got shorted 2 gold.
Damn it.
Anybody else want a chance?
Stan knew where they were going. He left all his in the piggy bank.
Alright.
There's a piggy bank?
I mean, I have a piggy bank.
Do you have a piggy bank? So yeah, Lucy just got
Actually, it's not
shorted
really a
2
piggy
gold.
bank. It's a little chicken. It's so cute. I could have helped myself.
So,
It's nice to see a softer side of you.
So Stan, you end up finding out that your tiefling friend is still in the same part of the Underbridge as she's always been, and her store is pretty much the most decorated building around, even though it's decorated with romantically intertwined
With naked
succulent
ladies?
statues.
With naked
Yes.
ladies? Alright.
Naked ladies with wings.
You know, it's refreshing to see that some things never go out of style. Quite like sex selling.
And you just hear her voice shout out, "Those are supposed to be romantic, not sex!"
In this part of town, it's difficult to tell the difference.
Wait a minute, I know that voice. And she steps outside. So, being a tiefling, she looks pretty much like a demon. She has goat-like horns that have spiraled around the top portion of her head. And she is in a raggedy dress. And she looks right at you and said, "I know you from somewhere. Do not tell me. Were you the little boy who would always wave his cock at people?"
I wouldn't quite put it that way. It was...
So that wasn't the first time you did it?
I'd rather not my biography be filled with stories of me waving my penis as a way of taunting people.
Too late.
Very much too late. And she walks right over and gives you a big hug, lifting you off your feet. "It has been so long, and you seem to have done so well for yourself."
What, getting shipped around the country?
"Well, you're in such fine clothing. You're a cleric now, I see. How's your sister?"
Oh, she's doing well. The
So
the overseers have been doubling down on making sure that she doesn't try to sneak off from the cathedral as often as she does.
You know, those slavers never forgave you for freeing her.
Well, I would hope not.
You'd better hope they never spot you like I did. Come in, get off these filthy streets. And we'll pretty much call it there. So, questions, comments, or anything about tonight or the future of the game?
I like this kid.
Yeah. This is fun.
Awesome. Absolutely nothing went on, so there's no experience points to be earned. Well,
But we did get to hold each other's hands.
actually,
That was a nice moment.
I will award some just to be...
Corbin looks really uncomfortable.
Oh, we make sure you're in the middle.
And Lucy has no idea why you're uncomfortable. Like, this is normal. I don't understand. We're friends, right?
I'm trying to picture it in my head. Who's
Yeah.
the taller one?
Corbin's 6'2".
Did I put down a height? I think
I don't think I put
my
down
character's
right.
5'4". So.
Wow. Nice.
So
I
you
hope
have.
you don't have points in Intimidate.
I do.
Does he get penalties for that?
For what exactly?
For being 5'4".
I wouldn't think so.
I mean, the golden mask is kind of freaky, so I mean that kind of makes up for the fact.
Gotcha. Okay.
But
what
it's
was
kind of
the
funny
original conversation that led to asking how tall each other's characters
because I was trying to picture in my head how this looks, and you have this 6 foot Corbin in the middle, and like these progressively shorter people off to the side, and he's just right in the middle, deadpan face.
Corbin, only most likely one more session to go before the end of this chapter, and then he no longer has to deal with it. Everybody take 1,070 experience points for tonight just because I'm generous.
Awesome.
Yay!
What are we at?
38, 120.
Wait, we are? Well, now we are.
Now we are.
So, thank you everybody who bothers to listen all the way through our little sessions. Sorry for much of the downtime there, but we were enjoying a very much roleplay session, and they and my players actually thinking through and learning about their opponents have prepared nifty spells for the fight that they're probably
I mean,
going
we've
to
prepared spells, whether or not they're nifty.
Or they're going to be useful. We'll see.
Just remember what Ironbar told you about the flesh golem when he was talking about it.
That we can run up the stairs and evade it.
That it's downstairs.
Yeah. But other than that, we will all say goodnight and turn off this recording.
Night.
Yeah, we'll see you all next week.